All right, today we will be discussing intermittent fasting. Okay, that's gonna be the front. That's gonna be the front. Okay, I don't know, did we discuss what we want to talk about this? I'm drawing a blank here.
You usually introduce the topic and then I start speaking too.
True.
So you would be saying, like, we get a lot of questions in our live streams about intermittent fasting. So we want to address it. Then we would talk about it. You're just like, thank God Michelle just fixed this. She knew.
I need confidence kisses.
Confidence kisses. She's blowing her anals right now.
All right, today we'll today we'll be discussing. I can't do this. I need to not think about anals. Today we'll be discussing intermittent fasting. We get a ton of questions through our live streams that are mostly geared towards intermittent fasting, carb cycling, or...
I'm sorry. Behind a minute.
I'm gonna power through this.
Dog.
There's a dog fart, so we're trying to power through this, but like, I really, I can smell it.
It's so bad.
We can...
It stings the eyes.
Can you just introduce this one? Can you just go after this one?
The whole thing?
Yeah.
I feel like my glasses look funny. Should I take them off? Okay.
If you're squinting, yeah.
Oh, I feel like it's causing a glare on my face. Okay.
Okay, so today we'll be discussing intermittent fasting. We get a ton of questions, usually in regards to intermittent fasting, carb cycling, one or the other. And the best advice we can give, because intermittent fasting is a legitimate way to, this is where I'm trying to go with this, hit your overall calories. So whether you are carb cycling, whether you are intermittent fasting with a fasting window of however many hours, it is whatever you can adhere or to sustain your caloric intake. So in other words, whatever it takes for you to hit or to sustain a diet within your caloric boundaries.
Yes, so as he was saying, if it's a way for you to adhere, specifically, most people find this beneficial if they're cutting, if they're in a caloric deficit, because to blunt hunger, it's more satiating if you eat a larger meal. So some people like to just, eat later in the day, so then you only have a short amount of time to fill up your intake, so then you end up eating more volume in one sitting, and that helps them stay less hungry. And then also, because you're not eating in the morning, you don't have to deal with like the hunger right after eating breakfast or something.
Yep.
And then you might go over.
So this usually is beneficial for those who are maybe in an extended deficit, or in other words, an extended diet. So this, just like she says, helps blunt hunger. So we actually dabbled in intermittent fasting when we were getting leaner into our contest prep. So in other words, we don't necessarily need it, but it is a great tool to use.
Yes. But it will not affect your body composition in any way. It's not going to be like, oh, I'm going to lose more weight this way, or
in regards to fat loss, muscle gain, intermittent fasting, it is just another way to hit your total calories.
Yes, there's no pros of this over anything else, like in terms of your results, other than your adherence, if it helps you as an individual.
There are some detrimental effects, though. It's the 2%. So in terms of MPS and protein timing, it is not the most optimal, but there's nothing more optimal than being consistent with a less optimal protocol.